everybody, it's your boy C-Money, and I'm back with another video, and today we're talking about Monday Night Raw. Live on Netflix, Monday Night Raw, the Monday Night Raw after Elimination Chamber. Oh my god, the March 3rd episode of Monday Night Raw. Oh my god, guys, if you didn't see my Elimination Chamber reactions, make sure you go check that out, because Elimination Chamber was freaking insane. Make sure you go check out my Elimination Chamber reactions. But today, we're talking about Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw following the Elimination Chamber. And a hectic episode of Monday Night Raw. Guys, we have a new Women's World Champion in Io Sky. I'm in shock. I am in literal shock. Guys, like, I cannot believe this. I am in shock. Like... We have a new Women's World Champion. So, oh god, a lot of stuff happened on Raw, and we're going to talk about it. So, let's just get right into it. So, first off, Raw starts off with a bang. Raw starts off with CM Punk coming out, and he is just throwing lefts and rights, jab after hook, after uppercut, after body shot, after low blow. Like, he is just, now, he's talking about The Rock. He's talking about Cena. He's talking about Seth. Like, oh my god. So, alright, so first he comes out, you know, and he's like, we're about to get thrown off Netflix with the things I'm about to say. And, you know, he's like, come on, all right, so give me some names. Who do I start with? Who do I start with? So he starts with The Rock, right? He called The Rock a bald fraud. And then he was saying, you know, how he brought up, you know, back in 2013 when he just marched right in and took the championship from him, when he just walked in and got the title like that. And then, you know, he talked about doing his, you know, how The Rock, every time he comes out, he does his goosebumps thing. He's like, come back and pretend to get, you get goosebumps for a company you pretend to love, or so. You're right. So he was just going off on him. He's like, just because you think you're a board member on TKO, you think that like you're safe from getting like I forget exactly what word he said, but he's like, you think you're safe because you're on a TKO board. You don't think people are gonna talk about you. Well, you haven't met me, man. Like, and then going off on him, and then he brings up John Cena, and he go, well, because how he got into Cena was he was saying like, I've never been desperate enough to wear like the fancy clothes. I've never been desperate enough to wear a fake championship that means nothing. That you call yourself the people's champion when you're not even here. You know, all that, right? And then he's like, I've never been desperate enough to sell my soul, which then he got into John Cena, saying, you know, how he gave John Cena the benefit of the doubt, like saying, if anyone deserves to call their shot in the Elimination Chamber, it's you, John. But he's like, I'm not making that mistake again, because after 20 plus years of hustle, loyalty, and respect, you let everybody down. You let everybody down. You turn your back on everyone, and talking about bullshit this, bullshit that. Oh my god, like Punk was just going off, man. And then he said, like, I'm definitely gonna see both of you bald frauds down the road. So he calling out both of them, saying he wants to get his lick on both of them down the road. Then he finishes with Seth Rollins. He said, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins' wife, you better get to your husband get control of your husband, like, before I do, because if I do, I'm gonna put him in a freaking wheelchair. And then Seth comes out, they start brawling, refs are coming out, separating them, but they keep breaking free, and they kept brawling. They brawled all over the arena. They even brawled backstage. Like, they went at it, man. They went at it. Seth and Punk went at it, because remember, Seth Rollins cost CM Punk in the Elimination Chamber. So, you know, like, oh my god, these two were just going at it. And then Seth and Adam Pearce made it official. Next week, Madison Square Garden. It's going to be Seth Rollins, CM Punk inside of a steel cage. And I think we can all know. All right, hold on. So yes, that's happening next week. And I think we can all know who is going to be coming back. Roman Reigns, right there. I think, come on, like, after what we haven't seen Roman since what Seth Rollins did to him at the Royal Rumble. Roman has to show up here. He has to show up here. I mean, come on. So, definitely expect that next week. And then we had Gunther go one-on-one with Otis, because, last week, Gunther gave Akira Tozawa a one-on-one match, and, Akira put up a good fight, but Gunther got the win. So this week, Gunther went up against Otis, making fun of Otis, saying how he's nothing, he's just like Jey Uso, he's a crowd pleaser, no one actually likes him, he's just a freak, yada, yada, yada. And they actually put on a pretty good match. Otis put up a good fight. In the end, Gunther picks up the victory. And then he tries to beat up Otis afterwards, beat up Akira afterwards. Then Jey Uso comes out, fights off Gunther. But then Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who had a run-in with Jey Uso last week, because they had a backstage run-in with Jey Uso last week. Jey Uso ended up super kicking Grayson Waller. And then, so they came out, tried to beat up Jey. But Jey, he got the upper hand against them. But then Gunther locked him in the sleeper hold and choked him out. So, and this also set up a match next week between Jey Uso and Grayson Waller. And Jey had a promo backstage saying, how he's sick of everybody doubting him. He's tired of it. He says he's going to win at WrestleMania. And he's like, Gunther, you may have put me to sleep in the ring, but you just woke up a beast. And I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. So, it's going to be hectic, man. Then Chad Gable. Right now, we haven't seen Chad Gable for a number of weeks now, because he's trying to discover the secrets of Lucha Libre, because he wants to learn how to beat the luchadors. So he's been on this quest, and we finally got something from him. It was like he was looking around for something. He met up with this old guy in in an alley or something. This old guy who he paid him $500, and this guy, he gave him this box, which I guess had something in it that's gonna help Chad Gable beat Lucha Libre beat a luchador or something. So yeah, that's interesting. Lyra Valkyria defeated Ivy Nile to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then the War Raiders defeated the Creed Brothers to retain the World Tag Team Championship. So, not doing too good for American Made right now. Chad Gable said that they better have gold when he gets back, but they both failed. So, oh god, this is going to be not too good for them. And then we had Penta. Penta and Ludwig Kaiser had a little bit of a brawl, because last week Ludwig Kaiser defeated Penta and Pete Dunne in a triple threat. He didn't pin Penta, but he got the match because he pinned Pete Dunne. Triple threat rules. And then, he's talking trash and all that. Then Penta comes out. They start going at it. Penta gets the upper hand. Then Finn Balor has a little promo battle with Braun Breaker, because Braun Breaker had a run-in with the Judgment Day last week, and Braun Breaker was saying, or Finn was saying to Braun how you've only been Intercontinental Champion because the Judgment Days let you be Intercontinental Champion this long. So yeah, so he's just like, you're only champion because we let you be champion. Yeah. Mm-mm. And then Breaker says, well, look, last week I embarrassed all of Judgment Day, so I don't want to hear it. And then and Braun, he had an interview with Jackie Redmond in the stands. So then he came down from the stands while Finn was in the ring. Carlito and Dominic tried to ambush him, but it failed. And then he got in the ring with Finn, hit Finn with a military press slam, and then was going to hit him with a spear, but Dominic was able to save Finn, pull him out of the ring. But then Breaker, bam, with a big spear to Carlito. So, yeah. Breaker sending a message to the Judgment Day. And then we have AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Now, last week, apparently, AJ Styles was being had an interview last week, and Logan Paul interrupted him, and he did what he did what he does best. Yada yada yada. I thought you were gonna retire. This, all that. Just talked a bunch of shit. So apparently, and then Karrion Kross was you know how Karrion Kross loves to manipulate and everything. So he was talking to AJ Styles backstage saying how, like, you know, this new generation, right? Like Logan Paul, and AJ's like, stop. All right. I'm not listening to any of your crap. Number one. Number two, he's like, I'm going to take care of Logan Paul. I'm going to call him out next week. So next week, Madison Square Garden, AJ Styles and is going to go face-to-face with Logan Paul. He's going to call out Logan Paul. So that's going to be cool. Also, what's going to happen next week is Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee are going to take on the New Day in a Tornado tag team match because they want payback, obviously, for when the New Day tried to take out Rey Mysterio. So it's going to be Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee versus the New Day Tornado tag team match next week. MSG, Madison Square Garden. Yeah, so that's going to be good. And then the main event, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Bianca Belair was at ringside because whoever won that match, she would face for the title at WrestleMania. So what happened was, it was Rhea Ripley was in the ring, Io Sky was being counted out, and Bianca Belair was trying to root for her, like, come on, Io, get back in the ring, because, you know, who wants to see the match end in a count out, right? So she cheers for her, and Io gets back in the ring. Rhea Ripley then confronts Bianca and is like, what the heck, you're cheering for her? You want her to win? You're scared to face me? So they were just getting at it. Rhea pushed her, Bianca pushed her back. It got very heated, you know, but very heated. I thought it was going to end in a DQ. I'm like, if this ends in a DQ, I'm going to be pissed. But no, it didn't. Because then Rhea got back in the ring and was going to go for a riptide off the second rope. She looked right at Bianca, right? She looked at her and was going to do it. But Io countered with a Hurricane Rana off the second rope. And then the over the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. New Women's World Champion. Io Sky is the new Women's World Champion. That means she's going to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I can't believe it. Now, is Rhea Ripley going to get her rematch and we're going to get a triple threat between her, Bianca, and Io? Because there was obviously tension between Bianca and Rhea. So, like, we have to see that happen eventually, right? So, like, I thought that Rhea was just going to win because I thought it was going to just be Rhea and Bianca. So I was not expecting Io to win, but she did. And I'm happy because I love Io Sky. Like, I'm shocked. So Io Sky, so it's either going to be her and Bianca, or I think they might add Rhea to the match and it's going to be a triple threat. Only because, you know, I think, right, after everything that happened between Rhea and Bianca, like, you know, that the tension between them, we have to see that happen. So I feel like it's going to be a triple threat, but we shall see. Io Sky, the new Women's World Champion. I cannot believe it. And then that was pretty much it. Obviously, they recapped what John Cena did. For those of you who haven't seen my reactions, or just haven't heard of it, if you've been living under a rock, John Cena has turned heel. And, you know, he viciously assaulted Cody Rhodes. He sold his soul to The Rock. Travis Scott was there. I still can't believe that Travis Scott was there. Have you seen it? He literally punched Cody Rhodes right in the face. Well, when they were all beating him up, Travis Scott, bam, whacked Cody right in the face. It was crazy. It was one of the craziest moments I've ever seen. And, you know, like, what's going to happen now? At WrestleMania, it's going to be Cody and John Cena. Now, it was revealed that we are going to hear from Cody Rhodes this Friday on SmackDown, so that's going to be good. I'll try to upload reactions. I think I can, because I'm coming back from a college visit, but I think I can make it, so I'll stay tuned for that. But guys, I thank you guys for watching my Raw reactions. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news, though. I will be here this week. I'm going to try to get NXT reactions up either tomorrow or Thursday, and then SmackDown reactions over the weekend. But I will not be able to upload any videos next week because I'm going on my high school senior trip where we're going to Disney. So I'm going to be unable to upload because I'm going to be away. But then the week after that, I'm going to be back. So, right. And of course, you know, it's a big week next week. We got Roman and Seth inside of a steel cage. Oh, I'm sorry. CM Punk and Seth inside of a steel cage. Roman's going to be back, most likely. We're going to, you know, get the Tornado tag match. So, it's going to be a great week. We got NXT Roadblock next week. So, of course, you know, I go away on my senior trip and all this big stuff's going to happen, right? What the heck, man? But no, it'll be okay. I'll be away next week, but I'll be back the week after that, and I'll try to recap on everything that I missed, because I'm back, you know, guys. I know I said, you know, how even though I know it's hard because I'm not uploading as much as I would like to, but I'm going to try to get back into the groove, because a lot of the stuff that I was working on that I said, you know, I was just unable to upload, I'm pretty much done with all that, so I should be able to, you know, get back on a more of a full-time schedule, like videos every week, and right. But again, just know, I know I talked about it before, that if there isn't a video, it's probably because I'm just busy, but I am trying, though. I'm trying my absolute best to upload whenever I can. Sometimes I just can't, but I'm gonna keep trying, guys, and I should, after next week, where, as I said, I'm going away on a senior trip, after next week, I should be really back on a full-time schedule, but again, sometime life just gets in the way. So if I ever not upload, you know why. It's just because of work and whatnot. But I'm going to keep trying, because, as I said, I love you guys, and I'm going to upload whenever I can to the best of my ability. That's a promise. But again, I thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more. As I said, I won't be here. There won't be any videos next week, but there will be videos this week, and then I'll be back the week after. Next week, I'll be back from my trip, and I'll try to recap on whatever I missed. So stay tuned for that. But thank you guys for watching, and C Money is out.